Hey guys, so I've seen this meme going around on like Twitter, Facebook, stuff like that. I don't know how true it actually is, but I'm sure there is some kind of truth to it. So, girls, oh my god, I can finally be her, showing a picture of the new Ariel. Boys, literally me, fucking Super Saiyan 3 Goku. You know, it's like people think that representation matters so much, but sometimes it's not the representation. Like Goku, obviously we're not fucking aliens from other planets gifted with incredible strength, being of a Saiyan race and all that. But he represents something more than that. You know, I love characters like Goku. I love characters, in fact, Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, those three. Like, look at Vegeta. He comes to Earth trying to destroy it, trying to kill Goku, and then he becomes one of its greatest defenders, sacrificing himself more than once, uh, having a family, and learning what it is to be a good person. I mean, he still got his cocky Saiyan attitude. Same thing from Piccolo. We meet him in Dragon Ball in the tournament, and he wants to kill Goku. And then they only team up because they had to defeat Raditz. And then all of a sudden, he's Piccolo's training Gohan, and he becomes one of the boys. And fun fact, I think Piccolo is only like 4 years older than Gohan, so he's more like an older brother. So when people say, "Oh, he's Gohan's father," no, he's more like an older brother. But there's that. Um, but characters like that, Superman, same thing, just like Goku. Uh, Different planet, comes to Earth, has incredible strength, and just like Goku, he's taken in by good-hearted people, and they're instilled with compassion, kindness, um, caring about people, mercy, because they know, they named him Clark Kent. And they knew that one day he'd have to grow up and kind of find his own way, and they would just try to instill kindness because they know he has this phenomenal power. He could eradicate the planet if he wanted to, but they hoped that he would instead use his power to defend it, which he does, which makes Mom Pa awfully proud. Goku, same thing. He comes sent to Earth. No, he's sent to Earth. Back then, it was to destroy it or conquer it, rather. Then it was retcon to, Frieza shows up and Bardock and Guinea, like, oh shit, we need to send our son away. Regardless, it was, you know, he was sent to Earth. He comes to Earth, he bonks his head on the way down. He's taken in by a kindly old man, Grandpa Gohan, who, same thing, instills values of more, kindness and loving nature. I mean, that's, Goku's the kind of guy who's like, he has no problem. As much as he loves training, how many times do we see him sleeping in a field, just enjoying being in nature? Um, People say, oh, Goku loves to fight. Yes, he does love to fight. But how many times has he tried sparing the villain? He's a terrible father, or he doesn't care. How many times has he been powered up by the rage of seeing one of his family members or friends hurt? That's not a sign of someone who doesn't care. But he's a character we love because, I mean, he's got a great body because he constantly works out, and I've seen a lot of people online say he's one reason they decided to go to the gym. They wanted to have that kind of body. So boys will look at a character and not give a shit about the actual representation. We're looking at the character themselves. What are their morals? What are they about? Now, I'm not saying all girls are like that, but they're trying to make it seem like, oh, little girls have a princess who looks like them. Then while you have boys that are like, we're looking up to freaking people like Goku and fucking Naruto and Superman, because we don't care about the representation. Like I said, I don't want to see some fat ugly white dude as a hero. I'm a fat, ugly white dude. I don't want to see myself represented. I want to see people like him. I want to see people like Goku, like Superman. You know, even Batman. Batman is another one of my favorite heroes because, you know, he the fact that he has no powers and yet he can go up against gods, that is insane. Just with some smarts and some tech, he can go against gods. No fucking powers whatsoever. Just shows you don't need superpowers to do something great for someone else and for the world. Um, but like I said, you know, I had a friend in elementary school, like 6th grade. His name was Talden, and he was obsessed with Dragon Ball. He loved fucking Dragon Ball Z. He talked about it all the time. Um, and you know, I started watching it, and I could see why he loved it. It's a great show. The characters are amazing. Like I said, Vegeta, from the time he comes to Earth all the way to now, such a huge fucking transformation. That moment where he sacrifices himself to just try to destroy Boo, one of the greatest moments in the series, because he finally understood what it was to, you know, what it meant to be, you know, to be selfless and to fight for someone you care for. Because up until that point, he was still pretty much selfish. But he had a family, he had a wife, he had a child, he had friends, even though he never wanted to admit they were friends. He had people he cared for. He was no longer a Saiyan warrior sent planet to planet to destroy and conquer. He was a man who had a family, and he was going to die for that family. Piccolo, like I said, same thing. You know, he was coughed up, you know, spit up by evil King Piccolo, um, as King Piccolo died. And then Piccolo's main thing was, we gotta kill Goku. Gotta kill Goku. And then they team up to fight Raditz. Goku dies. Gohan gets trained by Piccolo, and somehow after a while they just end up working together. And same thing like with Vegeta, Piccolo becomes one of the world's greatest defenders. You know, that's the stuff we look for. Great story, great characters. Boys don't look for representation. At least the guys I've known. You know, I've never met a guy who's like, oh man, I'm so glad I'm represented on screen. No, they just kind of force that shit on girls for some reason. So they're saying, oh, little girls can see themselves in a black Ariel, a black princess. They already have Tiana, so I'm. But it's like, oh, they can see themselves. Is it really that important, though? Why not look at what they represent? Instead of their skin color, why not what they represent? Why not what they represent? You know, morals and values, kindness, compassion, caring for one another. Putting yourself, instead of being selfish, selfless. Put yourself, I mean, obviously not in harm's way, but try to do good deeds. Be good. You know, do good. And yes, it's a Mr. Feeney thing. No, do good. Like, do good in the world. You know, I've tried to do this. You know, if I'm standing in line and I see someone having trouble paying for something, I have no problem paying for it. You know, if I see someone struggling to pick something up, or, you know, I've been off of work and I've seen someone try to, you know, at like when I was working at Ingles, if they're struggling to put something in the car, I'll go over there and help them. It doesn't take a lot to just be kind. It doesn't take a lot to just be a good person. You know, and when you have the strength to defend someone, you do it. You know, don't let others push the weaker people around. You know, but know and understand mercy and forgiveness, and, you know, like I said, Goku loves to fight, and think of how many times he could have fucking killed these guys, but he always gives them the choice. Look, it's like, I love fighting you, and I know you're evil, but I'm giving you a chance. Walk away. Live to fight another day. We can do this again. He gives them the choice. In fact, the moment where he shows Frieza mercy by giving him some of his own energy shows everything we need to know about Goku. Everything you need to know about him. This man gave energy to the dude who fucking murdered his family, or not family, but Krillin, destroyed a fucking planet. He knew that Frieza would go off and do his evil thing again, but he didn't want to kill him. So he gave him his own energy and he said, I've given you enough of my energy for you to survive. Go stop your bullcrap, live in peace. You know? So that told everything that we need to know about Goku. Because again, boys don't care about the representation. We care about the acts these characters perform. We care about their traits, their personality, their virtues. And they're trying to put on little girl, oh, they can see themselves on screen. Again, I don't know if this is actually a reality, especially after that video I made earlier where that little girl's like, no, Ariel ain't black. She's not brown, she's white. So, I mean, was this like for you guys? Like, if when you were young, even if it wasn't Goku, was there a person, like a body or a person you could never be, but you looked up to them anyway? You know, that you said, oh man, I want to be like that. And not like a Super Saiyan 3, but someone who has morals and values and, what it means to be a good person. But we're living in a different time where, oh god, this is important. The skin color, not the character and what they represent, but the skin color. But anyways, that's still why Dragon Ball Z is probably one of the greatest animes of all time. But that's just my opinion. Anyways, that's going to do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.